Hey guys, welcome to another video of MaxiAspie, and today I've got an autism special. So recently guys, I've been doing a lot of speeches, and what I tend to do is the ones that have been filmed or intended to go on other YouTube channels, I just like to show small snippets on this channel and obviously redirect you to those videos as well, because if you want to see the full videos you can click on it and go to their channels as well, as obviously they've worked hard on editing and making sure the video looks good and getting the video out as well. So two speeches I've done guys, is one for Powered 4 TV and the other one was for the West Berkshire Training Consortium. So while doing my apprenticeship I actually worked really closely with West Berkshire Training Consortium, and the video I made for them was promoting apprenticeships. And also Powered 4 TV, I do a lot of the work with Wrestling Travel and like to ambassador as much as I can for them, and I was invited to speak about autism on the show. So guys, here are the videos, I hope you enjoy them, and if you want to see the full versions please go to the links in the description and go to their channels. I just wanted to say happy National Apprenticeship Week to everybody, and I just wanted to express the importance of an apprenticeship. It definitely helped me start my career and get into the work that I want to do. As I've got autism, OCD, ADHD and epilepsy, it was very hard for me to get into work, so I left school with no GCSEs because the school didn't offer them at the time. They did offer other vocational qualifications, but that wouldn't have been enough for me to do what I wanted to do. And the apprenticeship was not only the good choice for me, but the right choice for me. And at the moment, there's only 16% of people with autism in full-time work, and that hasn't changed for 10 years. So apprenticeship.
But I'm really happy to bring on my guest today. None other than Mr. Max Green. He's the ambassador for the National Autistic Society, as well as everything else. Max, I mean, I couldn't fit everything on there, I'm afraid, but this is just one of your amazing qualities that you do as a speaker. And I know you're here, there, and everywhere. And in these times of course, mainly lockdowns, it's all unfortunately I can't meet you in person. I would have loved to have done this in front of you, but everything's virtual, and I'm sure that's playing a part in what you do as well with your speaking on all these platforms. But how are you, buddy?
Yeah, all good. No, I think absolutely, it's kind of the way that that it's changed. You know, I've done a series on YouTube last year called the Autism Connections, where I just interviewed people with autism, people without autism, just to see their stories and their knowledge of it. And obviously, of course, I would have loved to have met all of those people in person, but where the pandemic is just still going on,
Yeah, of
it,
course.
it's. But I think this is the kind of the way now, isn't it? Of it's going to come to the point where people are going to be like, oh, do you want to do an interview? And you're just going to be like, oh, what, online? You'll be like, well, yeah, you know. So no, but thank you for obviously spending the time to want to do this as well. You know.
Yeah. No, my pleasure, my friend. As I said to you off camera, obviously I've worked in the health and social care sector for the last 20 years or so. I have a sister who's got epilepsy and autism as well. And so I'm very much devoted to it, but I know that you're a wrestling fan as well. I saw you on Wrestling Travel at the back end of last year, where of course you was awarded as well at that time. But for those people that are not familiar with you, Max, just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do, my friend.
Yeah, so as you say, amongst like kind of the things that I have done, I'm an actor, I'm a public speaker, I've produced a film before as well, but a lot of the work I actually do is around autism. So you know, whether that's speaking at the Houses of Parliament all the way to speaking at universities, schools, you know, you name it, you know, I've probably spoke there, sort of thing. So, and it's all just about raising the understanding of autism. I work mainly with the kind of employment sector, because at the moment there's only 16% of people with autism in full-time work. I mean, that's not changed for for 10 years. But alongside the autism work I do, I've also got autism, OCD, ADHD, and epilepsy in real life. So for me, it's a kind of trying to raise not only awareness to one, but also trying to raise the awareness to the other conditions as well. And a lot of the roles I've played on television have been around that sort of autistic character, and every character I like to try and portray differently because, as we all know, once you met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism, and people have a
Hmm.
perception of what autism is. And actually, you might meet someone and actually go, "Oh my god," they're totally different to what I envisioned, autism to be.
Mm.
So it does. It really varies, and it's obviously just so nice to be able to do it. As you say, I won the coronavirus and autism leader of the year for Dimensions um, last year, and now they've also asked me to be on like their panel of experts.
Okay.
So that's again just huge honour to be the ambassador for the National Autistic Society and now be on a panel. It's like, gosh, you'd never expect this sort of like
Hmm.
10 years ago when I was in school. So yeah, so that's kind of the stuff that I do really, just trying to raise the profile and the awareness of autism.
Yeah, I mean, mate, just listening to you there, honestly, my hat's off to you because it's not an easy thing, like even what we're doing now. Like I know I work with a few people that have come on to the shows, and I know how difficult it is as well. I mean, it's this kind of thing is difficult for just kind of quote unquote ordinary people, but much less when you've got autism, you've got a lot of strains and you've got a lot more pressures with it's like 10 times ramped up. But there's some amazing people out there. I'm really glad that the wrestling community that I know have kind of branched out and tried to lend a hand to a lot of these content creators that may find it more difficult than others just because of the whole social barrier type dynamic to it. But they're doing an amazing job. One thing I want to ask you, Max, like, and just a personal question, if anything, but like you was talking about how different things have come in the last 10 years. What sort of progress have you seen? I mean, has there been a decent level of progress that you've seen in terms of awareness, or is it still very much like you feel like you're kind of batting against the water coming in, the waves are coming at you a bit? How has that been?
That's a good question. I would say there's a lot of awareness for autism than probably what there was 10 years ago. What still isn't as high as what we would want is the understanding.
Mm,
People sort of go, "Oh, autism," and we've heard about that film Rain Man, and then they just kind of leave it. And a lot of people are like, "No, no, no, it's a lot more than that." You look at say 10 years ago, so we're looking at 2011. We're talking 2 years just after the Autism Act came in, so in 2009.
mhm,
And I mean, the employment rate has been the same. So in the last 10 years, the employment rate is still at 16%. It's not gone any higher. Exclusions from schools are at the highest. People with autism are 4 times more likely to feel lonelier than somebody who without the condition, and 9 times more likely to have thoughts of committing suicide. So you sort of look at statistics like that, and you sort of look 10 years ago, and you're kind of surprised to see actually the statistics are very still the same.
mm.
Um, I think there's a number of reasons. Again, I think more people are aware of it and more people want to understand it. Um, but it's tricky. I think for people to understand because you just see somebody, and because it's an invisible condition, you just think, nothing, quote unquote, well, that's another kind of language you use. Nothing wrong with them, when really it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
nothing wrong with us. People need to understand the condition a bit more.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think there's been more progress in terms of awareness, but possibly not understanding, especially with um, employers and schools, just because schools seem to still have the same way of sort of teaching. And I mean, just in general, you know, like we still learn about Henry VIII, but no one teaches us how to read a payslip or how to write a CV sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. Getcha.
So, and employment, you know, I've been in employment situations where I've asked if I can wear headphones because it helps block out the kind of the sensory overload. And, you know, I've had a manager turn around and go, well, no. And I've said, well, there's people that do it here all the time. And her response was, yeah, but they've been here 7 years. You've been here, you know, you're in probation. So, and it's like, well, I think I said it on an interview the other day. It's okay for Dave to listen to Radiohead sort of thing. Yeah, but I can't block out the sensory overload that's going to help me do my job better. It's just things like you think, come on, but it's a forever kind of progress. And I hope the next 10 years we've hammered the awareness. So hopefully in the next 10 years we can get the understanding a bit more down as well.